The Minnesota Vikings have themselves a problem. Number one, Kirk Cousins was sacked a career-high 7 times on Sunday in the alleged 40-3 loss against the Dallas Cowboys. The offensive line was very poopy. They had no answer for Micah Parsons, an absolute alpha pass rusher, and they get another one on Thursday. As the New England Patriots roll in, Matt Judon, the former Baltimore Raven, signed as a free agent and has just been smashing things. Right, so 13 sacks this year, leading the league, 47 pressures. He is a terror of the highest order, and the Vikings offensive line, if they want to do anything, it's going to be tough. They got to find 9. He's one of the big reasons why the Patriots have one of the best defenses in the NFL. And Matt Judon, even though everyone is selling out to try and stop him, he still gets his. There's only 2 games this season where he hasn't recorded a sack. Both wins, by the way, for the Patriots. So even if you sell out to stop Judon, they still have Deatrick Wise. They still have Jaz Uche. So they can still get after the quarterback, which it's going to be tough. But I think priority number 1 for the Vikings and Chris Cooper and Wes Phillips and Kevin O'Connell needs to be, hey, we need to stop 9. We are fine with no 9. All right, so we're going to go through a couple of ways that this offensive line really sucks that Darrisaw had a second concussion, but health first. We'll see him when we see him. So Blake Brandel, who's presumably going to be starting at left tackle, it's a tall order. It's a very tall order, and Brandel looked good in the Bills game. He looked very bad in the Cowboys game, so we'll see what the pride of Oregon State can bring against the Patriots. And also, Brian O'Neill being elite at right tackle is very important since Judon rushes from the left side of the formation, the right side of the offense, about 73.8% of his snaps. But I could see that flipping because of Blake Brandel being in at left tackle. We'll see what Belichick wants to do. But we got 5 keys to stopping Matt Judon. Well, maybe just slowing him down. There you go. First key, pray. All right. Second key, meteor. And then third key, cha-cha slide protection. Well, actually, no. I'm not in the mood for puns right now, so just slide protection. All right, so no matter what side Matt Judon is on, sliding the protection that way to effectively give a double team against number 9. I understand that you're allocating an extra man to stop number 9. That opens things up for Wise. That opens things up for Uche. Don't really care. Do not care. Where 9 does have the ability to completely disrupt a game. He is very Micah Parsons-ish. Now, during their time in Baltimore together, Zadarius Smith taught him everything that he knows. Yeah, the pride of Grand Valley State, former 5th-round pick. But just sending an extra body that way, no matter what side he's on, the right side of the offense, sliding O'Neal, the left side of the offense, sliding Brandel, as well, of course, maybe having C.J. Ham in there more. He's very adequate as a pass blocker, getting some tight end chips. That also makes a ton of sense. Key number 2, stopping Matt Judon. Run at him, right? So the thing about edge rushers is that they want the sacks because they get paid for the sacks. So when you run the ball, beep, bop, 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 boop, by math, they can't get a sack. So getting after him and wearing him down, and the Patriots have one of the best pass defenses in the NFL. They have a fantastic secondary, and of course they have a hellacious pass rush. So take a little bit of starch out of that pass rush and wearing them down, especially late into the second half, makes a lot of sense. And Dalvin's been running angry, man. And the Minnesota offensive line, for as much as they've been aligned in pass protection, they can run block. And that's been the truth for the last couple years. And the Patriots are about middle of the pack in terms of rushing yards allowed and yards per carry. So I think that could be a way where the Vikings stay ahead of the chains, are able to wear down that front 7 to a degree, and get this offensive line some confidence. Because that's really important. Because, I mean, if the Vikings just come out and go pass, 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 and Judon smokes Brandel or O'Neal for a sack, maybe even a strip sack, that's going to hang over the rest of the game. It's exactly what happened in the Cowboys game with Micah Parsons on that first drive. So I think that it is important for Dalvin to get his touches. Same thing with Madison, potentially just making number 9 just tackle over and over and over again, just going off tackle, especially going over Brian O'Neal. I think that makes sense. And next up, key number 3 for stopping Matt Judon. Get by with a little help from my friends. So tight end chips, Johnny Munt, TJ Hawkinson. The Vikings may have to run 2 tight end sets more this game. This may have to be a throwback game to like the Zimmer and Kubiak era, where, I mean, the Vikings, they want to run the ball, they want to run multiple tight ends, but that may be the way that you're going to have to take it to the Patriots on Thursday. And I like that Kevin O'Connell has adapted his game plan for the specific opponent, and I think that he may do that against the Patriots, where getting an extra chip, just getting 2 bodies, where beyond the whole slide protection thing, just making sure that Judon Judon has a forearm at him from every single tight end on their way onto a pattern, just to blunt his pass rush, especially with Blake Brandel. I do think to a degree Brian O'Neill can handle Judon by himself when he's put in one-on-one situations, but I'm not trusting Blake Brandel at this point. Again, no disrespect to him, but he just doesn't have the game experience, and he just is not at the level of Christian Darrisaw at this point. So, yeah, just making sure that the tight ends always find 9. They always put a hand on them, even if it slows down their progression to the route. Don't really care. And same thing with running backs. And potentially, with the whole slide protection thing, in terms of communicating with the running backs, like, hey, you always have 9, so you always have an extra body on that side, and making sure that Matt Judon doesn't beat you. Next up, key number 4. Use his aggressiveness against him. So Matt Judon is fantastic about getting upfield and really getting after it, but you can use that aggression against him, especially in the screen game, hitting that area where he vacates, and just getting after it in that regard. The Vikings are masters of tight end screens that go for 0 yards or negative yards. But I'm talking about slow screens. I'm talking about running back screens. I'm talking about like all the various ways just to get the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands fast, and also maybe potentially slowing down Judon a step or two, or running a couple of draws, or just doing whatever. Where, hey, he's coming up on the field, and we're going to use that against him, and we're just going to hit it where the spot where he vacated and go after it from there. And then lastly, key number 5 for stopping Matt Judon: quick game. All right, so it's exactly what Justin Jefferson was talking about, man. So best way to slow down an amazing pass rush is not dropping back 17 steps and having long developing passing routes down the field, but quick passes, slants, screens, get the ball out fast, go up tempo. I mean, hell, run 2-minute offense the entire game. I think that could also help wear down Matt Judon. Plus, it's really going to help the offense. But whereas, hey, he's getting tired rushing the passer every single time. We know where he's coming from. They're not going to be able to change up where he's lining up on the fly. So I think that could be a way where the Vikings can mitigate some of that pass rush, really blunt it, and give the Vikings a fighting chance offensively to put some points up through the passing game. But it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough, man. Matt Judon is one of the best in the business, and also his supporting cast ain't no slouches either. So it's going to be a tough game. It is going to be a tough game, but hopefully the offensive line can really step it up. They have a chance to be a hero, and they have a chance to really rebound from that absolute embarrassment against the Cowboys. 63% pressure rate. Just pathetic. But they have a chance to get things right. And your thoughts are our thoughts. 5 keys for stopping Matt Judon, and hopefully the offensive line bounces back. Let us know your thoughts or our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. While support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.